With me on my side, I got Xavi and Benoit Carpentier. We're here to tell a little bit about the new Starboard foils for 2026.
Yes, so right here we have the Surf Focus gear. So from 2026, we have the medium aspect wing Fusion right here in front of you, 625, 725. We have the Glider 3, that is a brand new foil that comes into the range for 2026 as the high aspect wing. We have the Glider Pro, that is more about free ride, can be good in waves as well. It's a bit more, I would say, efficient, fast foil for as well downwinding. I've been using it a lot, so that's a great one. And we have behind us the foam core carbon mast, 82 cm, and the 77 solid core carbon mast. So yeah, we're gonna talk about all of these. We have as well the stab, so Pro180 BC 155 that I've been designing, super stoked about that one. And we have the SLX160. So we're gonna talk about these a few foils we have in front of us and yeah, get you guys to know them a bit more. All right, so let's start with the Fusion. So I've been designing this foil last year and been really sick to be involved into a surf orientated foil front wing. So this is my go-to. This is the 625. I've been using it a lot into waves or wing foiling. We've been using it as well with these boys for towing. I think it's been pretty sick towing in like the last few days. As we can see, the foils are a bit trashed, damaged, but we've just been sanding it. So, you know, when we sand it sometimes, yeah, hit the rocks. Special dédicace to Mad Maxwell right here. So yeah, this is my go-to for just sanding it obviously in the waves. Medium aspect foil. It comes in 625, 725, 825, 925. And then for the biggest size of the range, this comes in a few sizes for obviously beginners. I've been using them a lot for my school, and it's been really impressive to see how beginners can be easy for beginners. So yeah, entry levels on the bigger size of the Fusion and smaller size of the Fusion obviously are for top riders or riders looking for wave riding, freestyle as well. And yeah, the highlight of it is basically you have a bit more curve into the foil that gives you a bit more roll side to side. What I like to do is to pair it with that stab, which is the BC tail. So I've been able like to design both, like a front wing with a tail wing that's are perfectly matched together. So actually it gives you like a lot of roll comparing to the different tail wing we have here with the mustache. So that's definitely more tracking. This is what I use for the school and beginners, so you really are stable on it. This one actually gives a more rolly feeling, a bit more glide as well in performance. So that's the one I'm using definitely with the Fusion, and we've been using the last few days. So it comes out well in a short fuse. So this is a 66, it comes at a 60 as well, which is a bit more nervous, I would say, a bit more turny, get a bit more pop as well if you want to do freestyle and waves. So that's great. And yeah, the speciality as well about that foil, that you have a bit of camber right here. So it's actually a small wing, 625, but it's pretty impressive how I can use it in like 10 knots or even less. Like it gives you a lot of lift and low end, which make the wing like super like easy for even like people that gets into wave riding that want to step into the wave riding game. So that's a great thing about it, and still have a good top end. And what I liked about this profile as well when we designed it is that it got enough thickness and stuff to be able to do some power slide on the lip and stuff like that. That's really what I was looking for when I designed this foil with Chesda, to have all of this into one, and yeah, just being able to send it in the waves. What do you guys think?
Pretty stoked of how it's come. Benoit's done a great job. I properly tested the smaller sizes here in Bali. We got some pretty sick conditions, towing and also wing foiling. It's amazing how good the low end is for such a small front wing. Like it was 10 knots and we were able to get up in super light conditions and enjoy to the max. Yeah, it's super durable. As you've seen, it's got a few scratches. I mean, poor rocks. I think they have a little bit more damage than the foil. But yeah, we were sending out there. It still isn't broken and it's probably not going to break. So super stoked on the durability on it. And yeah, super stoked. It's probably going to be my wave front wing in the future. It's super slidey, just loose, kind of what you want when you're having like a shortboard feeling foil. Yeah, super stoked. What do you think about it, Zane?
It's amazing to ride. I mean, it's amazing to experience, and and feel the direct sensation of improvement, not only for performance in wave riding, which is obviously where we like to ride, but as well just for ease of ride, comfort. I think that the Fusion is probably going to be my go-to as well, as both are saying. We got a lot of time riding the 725 and the 625 and feel like can just really load up power and speed through turns on the toe foil sessions, you know, hitting those max speeds with control, breaking the wing out and have a nice recovery back into flight. And as well, feeling a lot more pop and the ability to throw airs out of the water and just come right back from the landing into flight. And so huge improvements for the 2026 Starboard foil lineup. And I tell you what, it's been exciting to ride with these boys. It's been so much fun.
Can wait to see you the picture, show you the picture. Actually, he's been sanding it like so hard. I think he wasn't like expecting that foil to pop that much. And I saw Zane like throw him into some wave, and he was just like standing air and like doing like kind of sushi roll. Just like, whoa, this is going too high.
Starting off with the glider, it's probably the all-round front wing of the range. We did use this toe foiling. We were comparing it to the 625 Fusion. What can I say? The glider is pretty cool. It glides amazingly. That's why it's got its name. It's really maneuverable. It's great for slow waves, mellow waves, nothing with much power. We did go on some pretty big sets. Benoit told me some pretty big sets. It's got an amazing lift, so I was pretty overpowered on some of these waves, strapless. I mean, I was kind of like, front foot was trying to go numb. I was, you know, kicking it a little bit, getting a little bit more blood into it. But no, pretty stoked in how it's come. We have used it in smaller waves, and this is where it shines, you know? It's where it's the best. Little wave, you're pumping around, it's super easy, it's super forgiving, get the tips out, spray it a little bit. I mean, it's a super good one. I think this will be my go-to surf foil size, and I'm super stoked. We have quite a big range on this one. For my weight, I weigh 73 kgs. 750 is just going to be my go-to all-round surf foil, small wave towing. What do you think, Zane? This beauty.
Yeah, you know, I definitely am preferring the Fusion in the surf. But when I was doing some wing foil testing in Pattaya, flat water, and as well here in Bali, just beautiful comfort being able to, you know, go in and out of tacks and do some more free riding type of feel, moving the feet freely on the board without that sensitivity to pressure. This is a nice, well-balanced foil. Also able to pump quite a bit, so I'm excited to see how this works potentially for some downwind stand-up paddle conditions in Hawaii. We have quite a few different foils that are starting to be great options for downwind foil also, and I have a feeling this could be one of them. The pumping is really nice, you know, at times where you're kicking out of the wave and your wing might be in not the best position to immediately switch over into power to rely on that stability. This gives you that extra glide to flow out of the wave, finish your carve, maybe get a few pumps in, carrying that lift as you're repositioning into the ideal angle of attack into the wind and getting the wing in your hand. And so I have a feeling this is going to be a really popular foil, and of course, big improvement from the other gliders.
Yeah, talking about the last glider, so this is the Glider 3, this is the new 2026 model. If you guys know the Glider 2, what did we improve? We did improve the speed range. So the last Glider 2 was actually pretty slow, so super easy for beginners and stuff, but what we wanted to give it is a bit more performance. So if you compare it to the last one, there's definitely a different profile than the Fusion, definitely thinner and more pointy. So it gives really definitely more top end, more high speed. And the good thing about it is that same as the Fusion, you find this little camber. So what this add, you actually can have the same low hand that the old glider. So we wanted to keep it super accessible for anyone that is wing foiling or surf foiling, but as well like gives a bit more top end spin performance. So this is the new highlights about it. I'm really a big fan of this wing for just going into a surf foil like station and just pump around. I can pump forever on this kind of stuff. As the Magic Comber is doing, you can definitely go in one size smaller than what you normally ride, just because that thing got so much low end and so much ease. So that's the great thing about it. I've been using it for pump foiling, for super light wind. This is actually the one I'm riding like in 4 knots. 750 is the one I'm riding in 4 knots. That's why I asked Chesda right now to make a smaller one. So hopefully we'll have a smaller one coming into the range. But this is yeah, really efficient, super nice, turns well. Not as much as the Fusion. It's more tracking and pumping around. But yeah, just an amazing foil, and it's gonna be great for beginners to someone that gets really, really good and want to pump around and just have fun, have a lot of glide.
Being a rider that has been pushing the limits for freestyle and of course having a ton of fun in all the disciplines in foiling, you've got a chance to ride a bunch of different foils in the market. And I think we all know, looking at the foil market, there's been improvements all around. It's not just Starboard that has had big leaps and bounds in improvement, progressiveness and control. Xavi, can you tell me a little bit about how much of a difference not only the improvements of the Starboard range have had, but where does this sit with a lot of the other brands?
Yeah, so that's actually a super interesting question, Zane. So we all thought, as you think, a low aspect foil is a little more stable foil, and that's what was kind of in the past. Everyone was riding low aspect foils. But the really amazing thing is, and what we're starting to discover, is high aspect is pretty much the way to go in the future. People are just trying to find that glide, but then also trying to find that roll. And I guess like just now, we're just looking at aspect ratios around the 9s, 11s, and I guess we've kind of locked it in with this range. So we have got, I'm pretty sure the Fusion is an 8 aspect ratio, which is perfect for a pro rider. We then have a 9 aspect ratio for the Glider 3, which is combination of the Fusion, and then we have the Glider Pro, which is a much more higher aspect ratio. And this is just giving you the full performance of every foil. So a beginner to a pro, to someone who wants to cruise on waves and downwind bumps, which is what the future is, to then doing snowboard turns like powder on Hood River waves, then you have so much range. But yeah, in the future, I see foils are gonna have a high aspect ratio and they're gonna be able to make the things roll like butter in that water. Yeah, I'm super stoked that you know, the Starboard Foils team has got such a good range of people. We have Clément Colmas, a sub-downwind racer. Yeah, we got Shuri, one of the best SUP racers. He's now joined the foiling team. He's probably gonna give Clément a good run for his money. We then have Benoit, probably one of the stylish wavish guys out there. He's done SUP, he's done every kind of wave sport out there, and he's pretty fucking good at everything. We've got Zane, the Charger. I mean, this guy's putting every foil on a beating, so if his foil survived the season, then we know it's a durable foil. I mean, these things are going in Jaws, those are going in the Maui Reef. I mean, if he's still foiling that stuff is durable. So we've got a pretty good team, and we're testing it, and we're just super stoked of how it's going, and with all the new systems and all the new front wings.
Super complete range right now for all these guys, so that's super excited. Right now we don't have all the range actually, we really are focusing on the wave range, but we also have the MF that I know like Clément has been working on it closely with Chesda, and I know Shuri is gonna love that one.
Yeah, so one of the cool things about Starboard foils is, you know, you don't necessarily need to be choosing your foil for discipline. We have a lot of different riders doing different crafts, and they all have different qualities and traits that are relative and can transfer over to your craft. And so you were just out in South Africa. Tell us a little bit about your experience riding with some of those riders.
Yeah, it was great. I did meet up with Leonard Nebau, one of the world champions for windsurfing. He rips. He's also foiling on the windsurfing. He does windsurf freestyle foil, wing foil freestyle foil. So it's similar but different in many reasons. And he's using the Fusion too, which is great because this means, you know, I'm using Fusion, he's using Fusion, he likes it, I like it. There's not much to complain about. But yeah, also we have the Glider Pro. It works for all the people too. It's got a super high end of speed. The high end of stall is a little bit higher, but for people who are wanting that high speed chase glide, the Glider Pro is perfect.
Ben, tell us a little about the new Glider Pro 2. We've talked about the Glider 3, now this is the Glider Pro.
Yeah, so Glider 2, Glider Pro 2. So as you can imagine, there was a Glider Pro 1. And so we made a So yeah, that's the one chest that like I didn't actually work on that foil. I did work a lot on the Glider 3 and the Fusion that were really my go-to. This is more an evolution about the Glider 1, Pro 1, sorry. That one got a bit more eye aspect and with a little camber on the top, so it went a bit more gliding than the last one, just because that low hand speed wasn't there, quite there, so we kind of recalibrated by having a bit more span. And this is actually, yeah, really nice and really fast, like for just cruising around. I've been using it a lot, you know, on the super light wind day and just wanted to go as fast as I can. This is the foil I've been using as well. It's been going great in downwinders. You know, you have a super fast downwinders. The Glider 3 is actually super nice if you want to be carvy into downwinders and learn how to downwind like you, Adrian. You've been loving the 12250 for learning downwinding. So this is kind of the gap just after if you want to still be able like to turn quite a lot in downwinders, but be efficient, being fast and jumping like from bump to another one. This is kind of in between, I would say, foil, like downwind foil. If you take the Glider 3, the Glider Pro 2, and the MF, this is kind of going like boom, boom, boom. And so yeah, this is a great foil, and I've been doing some prone downwinding as well on that one in Cape Verde. That was sick with the Spencer and these guys. So yeah, great foil. You know, that's kind of another one to the range that got great pop as well. All right, there's something that we haven't talked about, are the tail wings. So we're gonna go through them. We have the Pro 180 right here. Here you go, Xavi.
Thank you.
We have the SLX160 right here. Here you go, Zane. And I have the BC 155, my signature model. So basically, we have the 180 that Xavi got. This is the all-around tail wings that works with any of the front wing. So this is like the super, like an easy feel stab for any beginners. I'm using it a lot for my school, as I said earlier. So this is a super easy one. Then you have 160 SLX that goes with the SLX front wing. So that is the racing foil. So as you can imagine, this is the fastest one. So if you want a bit more performance into your foil, a bit more speed feeling, this is the one. And then after we have the BC that is a bit more maneuverable, a bit more glidey, so it works with any high aspect wing that you want to glide. It works great with the MF, great with the Glider Pro 2, great with the Glider 3, great with the Fusion. So really, if you're looking for something that glides a bit more rolly, rail to rail, this is the one. Right now, we definitely have the one more towards like wave riding. We have also a few different stabs, like for downwinding, like the MF. So if you check on the website, you'll see everything. But yeah, one good thing about them as well, you can see this is the 66 cm fuse. We have also a 60, and there might be a 70 coming. So for different kind of riding, you have it all. So check out the Starboard range on the websites.
You know, a lot of riders really are focusing on speed when it comes to the discipline of downwind foiling. For me personally, I love to have fun downwind foiling. To me, it's a never-ending surf session.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to go miles down the coast and throw aerials and do carves and have fun doing roundhouses, and it's a wave that never finishes.
Yeah.
And so my first impression jumping on the new Glider 2 Pro, the new Glider Pro 2, was it was a lot more responsive than I realized, especially looking at the Glider 3. The difference there between the two, might be able to get a little more speed with the Glider Pro, get a little bit more fun surf feeling on a downwinder, hitting turns, breaking the wing out, maybe even doing some aerials with the Glider 3. And if you're looking for that top end performance result in a race, say for the summer season coming up in Hawaii, then maybe the options are going to be back to the MF or the Glider Pro.
Exactly.
I've spent a lot of time riding the MF this last 2 seasons, working with the Starboard team, and it is a fast foil, a lot of opportunity for being able to get some great results. But again, I'm going to say these foils are blowing them all out the water. I want to mention some of the optimized performance that has been incorporated into these foils. It's not only a time progression where we're instilling different characteristics from the various disciplines that we carry a lot of pride in developing with Starboard, but we've also really taken some great leaps and bounds in the optimized performance and how these things are working. You know, Tiesda and the crew are going through simulations and looking at the computer models, and I think everyone is seeing how this is playing a role in the development of foil sport as a whole. And so really exciting to see and to more so to feel these results. And I am so proud to be able to share these foils as a starboard rider now for over 20 years and developing starboard foils and early go foils with Alex Aguera since 2015. There's no more exciting time to be a part of the foil world, but there's also no more of an exciting time to be riding starboard foils.